What's up, Outlaws? Welcome to Ghostwriter Intuition. I'm your girl Bree. I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner over here, as well as the president of the Motorcycle Club. If you're new here, go on and hit the like and subscribe button as you're coming in, and hit the notification bell so that you can stay updated with all of our investigative tarot reads, zodiac tarot reads, and spiritual warfare tips and tricks that we share in order to help keep you strapped up in these spiritual streets. Alright, so welcome to the first episode of the Raven Report. This is a new segment that we're doing. It's a little bit more runic based. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So today our runes are Outlaws, Manas, and Munyo. So Outlaws is a rune of endings, of transformations, transitions, and resilience. This is the rune that is represented by the yew tree here. So with this rune coupled with Manas, which is the rune of the self, the rune of collaboration, community, and relationship in all of its forms, not just romantic, but in platonic and familial relationships as well as Wunyo, which is, so this is a rune that is a little bit interesting. So this is a rune of joy, of ecstatic frenzy. This is also a rune that can be connected to spiritual awakening, in the sense of like the actual connection that we feel to the divine. So it's a bit interesting if you sit here and you look. Manas is actually two Wunyos put together. So this implies that relationship here is the spiritual awakening of two individuals. So essentially what this is bringing forth is that there is a renewal through the spiritual awakening that comes from relationship and through transforming the relationship here. I know this is resonating for me. Let me know in the comments how it's resonating for you. Alright, I call upon the Most High, my ancestors, angels, demons, spirit guides, and power animals. Please be here with me here and now. Protect me as I channel, calling forth the energy of Odin. Please guide my reading, guide my hands, and guide my eyes to see what needs to be seen. Allow me to know what needs to be known. Use me as a vessel of divine to deliver clear, precise, concise, and accurate messages for the highest well-being of my collective. Alright. Evening and morning. Show me what we need to know. So consciously right now, collective is in a phase of preparation here. The storing of resources, the storing of experiences here. As memory reveals the ways in which that you have been kind of stuck in survival mode here, unable to trust the people in your environment because of the view of there being a predator around you in some way, shape, or form. With Gable being here with gifts at the subconscious level, and at the egoic level we have growth. So I'm picking up that this gift that's being exchanged, if you look at Manas as well, there's also Gable in the middle here that ties together these two these two muños. This is actually a very complex rune. It's like a gift of knowledge to break the ice between two people here, because you can also see this as Gable binding together two isas, which is the rune of ice, stagnation, this gift of communication, this gift of knowledge that properly frames the situation for what it is. And this leads to growth as the individual who has been watching and surrounded by the group becomes enlightened on the reason that one is separate. And this leads to a new level of protection being established here. As there is a healing that takes place here. What else do we need to know about this energy spirit? Interestingly enough, this preparation is the card right before protection. So this is preparing to protect something in some way, shape, or form. An egg of some sort. This could also suggest to healing of the matrilineal line here with the eggs here. It makes me think of how women store basically the eggs of 3 generations within their womb, their own eggs, their daughter's eggs, and as they're forming their daughter, their granddaughter's eggs as well. So this is transmuting old survival tactics of a matrilineal line here with It's Time to Be Brave. We have a clockwork pumpkin here as this communication, as this exchanging of the mental gifts, emotional gifts of two people brings about this aha moment of how they have continued to be cogs in the machine by keeping up some sort of drama. Through holding on too tightly to expectations, through holding on too tightly to fear, I'm hearing. With the Highlands and the Celtic cross being in this card, there's something significant about Celtic ancestors here. And at the subconscious level, like this communication, this gift exchange here has opened the door to healing here, as there's been an emotional release. This is giving, like, there's also a rainbow in the background of this card. This is giving like a promise of a new day here. As the old crosses over the rainbow bridge. Yeah, and then we have Aloha Healing coming out again here. What else do we need to know about this energy here? What do we need to know about this energy? It's not supposed to be flipped on this end. There we go. We have the Fool. So this is giving the illumination of ignorance, the illumination of purity, and leaving behind old patterns that left people feeling like in this Nine of Swords, anxiety energy here, regret energy. Leaving behind regrets, and through this communication moving into this new day here. Laying old judgments to rest as people come to understand the ways in which in the past they missed their call to action. But with this judgment being in reverse here, this is also like becoming reawakened to the new opportunity here to establish something on a better foundation. If willpower can personally be applied here, and if a balanced approach between the elements can be taken here. So if the physical, the emotional, mental, and action behind it can be balanced from a place of both passion and purity to bring something into fruition here. So people may be taking baby steps at this time here, gathering information with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands here as the best way to move forward. learning not to look down their nose here at other people. Let me see here. So the relationship between these two pages is kind of bringing me into attention here. So do you see how this Page of Wands kind of is looking kind of haughty as he, you know, holds his actions in high regard here? Whereas this Page of Swords is looking like, okay, yeah, that's all well and good, but all my life I had to fight, motherfucker. So this is like, this Page of Wands is somebody who may have already gone on this fool's journey here. So that's why it may appear that he is kind of prideful or looking down here. But this is kind of reminding me of when Moses went to visit the court of the Pharaoh, and the magicians were, you know, doing their battle here, and he set the wand, the staff to the ground and created the serpent of wisdom here. I don't know why I'm seeing that in this card here, especially with the pyramids. I guess it's given that. And it's like this Page of Swords is kind of seeing this, and they're like apprehensive about the power that lays within this staff, to so to speak. The power of regeneration that this Page of Wands seemingly holds here. But with the Page of Wands being the clarifier to the Fool, I don't think, like, this page still has a ranking. So this Page of Wands may be younger than this Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords has to overcome some sort of prejudice or anxiety. More on this energy between these two pages, because this is what's really drawing my eye right here. Yeah, this is like, with the Three of Pentacles here, this may be that conversation that we're talking about in the Manas rune, where they are overcoming this energy of not collaborating, or karmic collaboration here with this Devil card here. This is yeah, this is just these two needing to learn to come together in order to prevent negative cycles from the past from chaining them into this Nine of Swords energy here. Give me more on this Judgment card in reverse. Yeah, because this illusion of separation that is keeping people from not taking righteous action is really the main problem here. It's like the Page of Wands is trying to tell people how the actions that they need to take in order to keep these clouds from continuing to pop up. So it's like you see how there's no cloudiness in the Page of Wands card. The Page of Swords is trying to like cut through the smoke and mirrors here that has been cast by the Seven of Cups, if that makes sense. So it's like this Page of Wands is trying to teach people how to harness their willpower and plan for the future. Going back to that preparation card again, to get, like, to go up, ascend, turn your eyes towards the divine and see from a bird's eye view so that you can plan on how to grasp your own wand and take proper steps here, if that makes sense. But with the Five of Pentacles at the bottom, this may be like leaving people feeling left out in the cold in some sort of way, or in some sort of spiritual poverty due to these clashing ideals of the ego. There is some broken-hearted, betrayed energy here with this Page of Wands that I'm picking up on, because of the conflict energy that people are meeting them with here, the chaos energy that people are meeting them with here in their actions, and through their thoughts of them, which have led them to become overburdened here. And this has led to some sort of regrets here. From an Empress figure. For knocking over 3 cups in order to obtain 2 in this Knight of Cups energy. So in this sort of like rushing forward in emotion, is there a past life element going on in this situation? have spirituality and religion, Father, forgiveness, trees, and phobias in reverse. So this is the spiritual traditions, the religious teachings of a father causing this friction here. Which has led to unforgiveness in a family tree as members view this Page of Wands figure through a phobic lens, like a xenophobic lens, or like religious phobias here, or highlighting karmic relationships here. In regards to a child. Not sure how that resonates here. Right. Any closing remarks from the shamanic healing oracle here? Closing remarks. We have discernment, changes, growth and emotional release, along with anger, and it's all good. So people are now growing discernment through exposure of the things that need to be changed as far as repetitive cycles that have been recurring in a family tree, which is leading to growth and the protective energy of this family being restored as emotional release is achieved, which leads to deep emotional cleansing here. For birds who feel as if they've had their wings clipped, which led to this subconscious anger that was sort of lingering. But through communication and through the emotional resilience and regeneration of people who are like persevering through this difficult pill to swallow, there is going to be a good wave coming through here. What else? Let's get 2 more and then we'll close out. Yeah, we have a new day here with the dragonfly, which resembles transformation, and an inner journey, which is going to come. This inner journey is what is going to lead to the growth here. As, again, the solar energy of this Page of Wands highlights the precise way in which to move forward. With the innocence of the fool. So the Page of Wands is not really a page. They look like it, but they're not. And with that, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks so much for being here. Check out the description box below and book in for any sort of personal services that you may need. We offer sliding scale for all energy healing services, so we can make it work for you and your budget to make it obtainable to incorporate into your everyday life. And with that, thank you so much for being here, Outlaws. Let's ride out.